Good evening and Happy New Year, family. It is Monday, January 2nd, 2017. We made it. It's a new year, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the first motivational Monday night call of the year with Mr. Les Brown, featuring him and his platinum speakers. My name is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, and I am privileged and honored to be your host for these motivational Monday night calls. And tonight of all nights, what a wonderful way for me to give you a surprise that you get to hear the man himself, the person who has inspired you from every book he's written, every YouTube video you've watched, every stage he's crossed, inspire you to walk in your greatness and become one of the thousands of voices of hope that he is inspiring on this planet. So I can't even wait. Mr. Brown, are you live? Because I'm about to jump out of my skin, excited that you get to share this first Monday in 2017 with us.
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. And Les, we made it. It's 2017.
That's a wonderful thing. Let the record show it most certainly is a wonderful thing, and I am so glad to be here. It's when I think about it, 17, this is going to be an incredible year for me and for you and those who are listening, because, 7 is my lucky number, and I'm one of 7. My phone number is 702. And as I look at this year, a lot of people are going through a lot of inks, and they said that a study came out recently that said that 1/4, 25% of Americans are on some type of depression or anxiety medication. And a lot of it has to do with the election and who's in the White House. And what are things I'm telling people, don't worry about who's in the White House. What's most important, who's in your house.
I know that's right.
That's what you got to focus on, who's in your house. And so my goal is to give a message to people that will allow them, one, to make this their best year ever, and two, to be able to understand this is a time that you have to be very strategic about creating wealth, not just making a living, not just getting a job or holding a job, but creating wealth. I was in a workshop, and a guy came in, and he said to everybody, and when he spoke, the room went silent. He said, all of us are just one surgery away from bankruptcy. One surgery away from bankruptcy. And that's true, that when I look at the illness that I encountered last year, and I was speaking from a wheelchair after 2 protruding discs pressing on a sciatic nerve, and then my oldest son, Calvin had a stroke, and he's still recovering from that. I don't care how old your children are, they're still your children. And he's 50 years old and had this stroke. And I thank all the people that have been praying for him. Thank you so much for your prayers. And as I think about the things that this year can bring for us, and this has been a very turbulent time for not just things that's happening politically, just around the world, just so much stuff that's happening. So I want to walk people through a process that will take them to another place. The first 90 days, I'm going to suggest that you do something, and many of you perhaps have already done it, but I want to create a community of like-minded people where we unify our minds, our thoughts, and our feelings, and be in alignment around doing some things in unity. Number one, I'm suggesting that everybody that's listening now, without exception, go on YouTube and watch the video, Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome, and watch that for 90 days straight. without exception. That one presentation has produced over 700 millionaires. It's a mindset shift that takes place when you do that. Your mindset. There are things that's going to happen that you're going to take some hits, and it fortifies you from the inside out. At the time that I gave that speech, the people in that audience, 80,000 people, did not know I was in pursuit of my dream, and I was literally sleeping on the floor of my office and bathing in the sink down the hall in the Penobscot building in Detroit, Michigan, and on the 21st floor. The Penobscot building was the place that gave birth to the company that at that time I was sleeping on the floor. But after that speech, things began to change, and I built a multi-million-dollar dream sleeping on the floor, me and Larry DeAngie and Boo. And so I want to say to people, no matter where you are in your dream, it doesn't matter where you are now. What matters is not where you are now, but where you're going. And as you listen, I want you to focus on your dream. I want you to get a picture of the goal that you're working on and get a picture of it and see it accomplished. The theme to me for this year, the year 2017, the manifestation of the dream. 2017, the year of the manifestation of the dream. And I want you to see it. I want you to read that card, get a 3x5 card and read it minimum 3 times to orchestrate and to control your thoughts, because your thoughts have magnetic power. I want you to see your goal accomplished. My favorite book says, I'll give you all your eyes can see. And as you see it, and as you discipline yourself, something else, and this is going to be very difficult for most people, don't watch any television. Don't watch any television. For 90 days, this is a mental diet. For 90 days, don't accept calls from people that don't fit into this category. And watch this. Write this down. Number one, when you get a phone call, and let me just say this, the reason that most people are going to reach their goals who follow this is because distractions, they weaken you. They compromise your power. And we have too much mind pollution that derails our dreams. In order to make the dream become real, you have to keep thine eye single. The only way something gets in is through the eyes and through the ears. It's the only entrance for you. You have to see it or you have to hear it. And so when you get a call, ask yourself, number one, is it positive? You're just going to do this for 90 days. Is it positive? Is this a positive call? If it's not positive, then don't answer it. Number two, is it purposeful? Is it leading you in the direction of where you want to go? Is it focused on your agenda? See, if you don't have an agenda for your life, you'll find yourself on somebody else's agenda. Three, is it productive? You don't have time to waste your time in conversations that don't provide anything for you. Four, is it profitable? Is there something to be gained from this? Knowledge, experience, money. If it doesn't fall in those categories, then you're going to have more time for yourself. And you're going to have more time for your dream. Because in order to make your dream become real, in order for this 2017 to be the manifestation of your dream, you have to be on a mission. There must be a radical change on how you see yourself, how you see your life, and how you use your time. It has to be radically different. It requires a level of discipline in order for you to transition from where you are now to where you want to go. And so that's dealing with the telephone and text messages, because most of them are not positive. Most of them are not purposeful. They're not productive, and they don't provide any way for you to monetize your dream. So you're on a mission. The other thing is, you want to evaluate your relationships. You want to write the names down of the people that you communicate with most. And you go through the same process. Is this a positive relationship? Is this a relationship that I'm growing from mentally and emotionally and spiritually? Is this a relationship, if my car broke down in the middle of the night, can I call this person like I called you, Stacy, and I said, I want you to do the call, and you responded. So when you call me, I'm going to respond to you. See, most people have social relationships. You want a bread and butter relationship. A bread and butter relationship is a person you can call on and say, hey, I need you to come. And they won't ask, what time is it? They'll just say, where are you? So is it a bread and butter relationship? Is it a relationship that you can count on, that will be there for you? Is it profitable? Can you make some money with this person? All relationships can go in any direction that you so desire, but most of them are just social. Can you make some money with this person? Have we made some money together this past year, Stacy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and more to come. It's going to go through the roof. Some contacts that I have that I'm going to share with you. So you got to have relationships that you can make some money with. The other thing is it a relationship that you can create some things with? And I'm going to talk to you about that, Stacy, about a financial opportunity that one of the major goals that I have for 2017. The thing is, as you look at your life and make it your business, if this is going to be the best year ever by January 15th, 95% of the people that made New Year's resolutions have already stopped and forgot what they were. I'm talking about a 90-day commitment. And if you're in, I want you to email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com and let me know if you're in, because I want to do a series of webinars and different other platforms on a weekly basis to stay in your ear and for us to be supportive of each other. lesbrown77@gmail.com. Here's something else. When you look at these relationships, put down the relationships that you know you can count on, those bread and butter relationships, those relationships you know you can make some money with, those relationships that inspire you, that bring the best out of you. I got a relationship with a guy named Onik. Onik made in one product launch over $9 million because of Onik and John. These two strategic relationships that it will allow me to speak if I want to speak or don't want to speak, and create non-performance not only for myself, but for my children and for my grandchildren. And one of the goals I have is to introduce people like you, Stacy, my close friends, to some other strategic partners that I have that set up an international global speaking tour for speakers that I train. I have a goal of training 2,000 speakers for corporations and organizations around the world. Here's the other thing is, have a big dream. I have a big dream of training 2,000 speakers in 2017. And let me tell you what inspired this dream. And partnering with a friend of mine, Tamara Allen, we'll have our own speakers bureau. I was training a lady who flew in from Australia, and I said, why did you want me to train you to be a speaker? She said, because I listened to you on YouTube and you speak from your heart. She said, I want to learn how to do that. I want to influence millions of people around the world. And she said, and I don't mean to look past you, but my goal is to be the number one speaker in the world. I said, well, I admire that in you. When I started out, that's what I affirmed for myself too, that I wanted to be the number one speaker in the world. I wanted to influence millions of people around the world and encourage them to believe in themselves. I say, but what caused you to move now with such a sense of urgency? She said, you know that young guy, that young boy that went into the church and killed 9 people, that young white boy? I said, yes. She said, when he came out, he didn't just kill 9 people. His life was destroyed too. He might be breathing for all intents and purposes. His life is destroyed. And she said, somebody got in his ear. She said he was not born with that kind of hatred in him where he said one moment he was going to walk out because the people were so nice to him. He at one time decided he wasn't going to kill them. He said somebody instilled that level of hatred in him. And she said, what if I had gotten in his ear? What if I, and what I believe in, and humanity and believing in life and love, what if I had been the voice that he heard? She said, I feel I could have discouraged them. And she said, the revelation dawned on me that the world exists as it does, not because a few people are violent. She says, no, the world exists as it does because too many people are silent. And when she said that, it gave me a chill. And she said, my goal is to be heard. I got a story too. There are things I want to do too. I want to spread a message of love and hope and people coming together, working together, building communities of what you call collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. I believe that people working together and becoming messengers of hope, that we can create a better world rather than just look at the news and say, oh my God, isn't that awful? Like the number of people that have been killed in Chicago. I used to do a training in Chicago. I had a youth training there. I'm going back there because I believe I was born for such a time as this. I believe that there are some people listening right now that I'm supposed to train. And I know that I don't have to ever do this work. It's been 20 years. This makes the 21st year that I have successfully beat cancer. 21 years. This is the beginning of the 21st year. I believe that this will be the year that I beat cancer hands down. Because 21 years, 21 represents 3 times 7 is 21. This is 2017. I'm one of 7 children. My birthday is February the 17th. I'll be 72. And so I believe that I please God when I speak. I believe that I'm supposed to train and teach people what I've learned and teach them how to go around the world, changing lives and how, using their own natural talents and abilities and skills and experiences, how they can tell their story and build a financial empire just like I did. And success without successors is failure. And so I want everybody listening, I want you to, if you feel the way that I feel, that you got a story, if you feel the way that I feel, that the world is the way that it is not because a few people are violent. The world is the way that it is because too many people are silent, and you are ready to create non-performance income for yourself, to create another stream of income using your voice, using your story. I want you to go online and watch the presentation, Les Brown Institute, lesbrowninstitute.com. Because when I think about all the engagements, I've got 23 different international engagements that I'm not going to do. I'm a grandfather and I'm a great-grandfather. And I've traveled over 30 countries. And now it's time to train others to do that. And these international speeches, they pay no less than over $50,000 per engagement, different countries around the world. This is what I've experienced. And so if you are at a point in your life that you're looking for something else, if you're working on a job, you know there's no such thing as job security. But most importantly, if you have a passion for people, if you have a passion for people, if you want to have a career that you look forward to changing people's lives and want to learn, want to be coached on how to tell your story and build a business and be able to impact youth as well as adults all around the globe, I want you to go to Les Brown Institute and watch that presentation. I'm going to be promoting this every week until we get 2,000 people to dispatch to all of the various cities and countries and organizations and corporations around the world to create, and I want you to write this down, communities of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. This is a time, number one, to change your mindset, to have something to retrain your thinking, and that's why I want you to go to the YouTube video where Les Brown's speaking in the Georgia Dome. You want to watch that 90 days straight. Two, you want to develop a skill set of how to communicate. When you can communicate, you can build a multi-level marketing organization. When you can communicate, you can sell yourself. You can sell your products. You can present with power, feeling, and conviction, and control your own personal economy. This is no time, as I said, to try and do it alone. You want to be a part of a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. That's why if you believe that, if you believe in those three things, changing the mindset, increasing your skill set of presentation power so that you can tell your story, so it's better to have extra money and not need it than to need it and not have it. I'm 72. I don't have to go out and look for a job. When I speak in this country, I make $30,000 an hour. And you have the ability. I don't have a college education. I never worked for a major corporation. Now you learn, you earn, and you pass it on. I get chill bumps sometimes, Stacy, when I hear you, because I see you going into a future that I won't go to. And I see you standing on my shoulders and going further and doing more. Mike Williams, who trained me, and I encourage all of you to get this book, It's going to be a book that I'm going to be training on when we do these platforms and Skypes. It's called The Road to Your Best Stuff by Mike Williams. If you're serious about making this your best year ever, I want you to get the book by Mike Williams. You can get it on Amazon. The Road to Your Best Stuff by Mike Williams. I wrote the foreword to it. And I'm going to be going through each chapter. And it's going to be like my own reading club. And if you'd like to be a part of it, say, I'm in. Get the book and email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. 2 sevens. And I'll let you know when we have our reading sessions. And we have Mike on, who has been the mentor. That were not for him, you would not know this Les Brown. I had no idea this Les Brown existed. And I can tell you, when we do this 90 days together, you're going to discover things about yourself that you don't know right now. When you get around a community of positive people who have goals and dreams, it takes you to another level. I'd like for you, Stacey, to talk about what has it been like, your relationship with me and the Platinum Speakers. What has this experience been like for you, being in a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships? What has it been like? Tell me. The proof is in the pudding.
Absolutely. And when you asked that question, the first thing that came to my mind is life-changing, life-altering, because you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know. And working with you, being in this environment, being able to peel the layers of all that was inside of me to share with the world opened up to new possibilities. And the first thing you taught way back when was about the way we listen, the way we hear. It affects the way we communicate. We never tell a story without making a point. We never make a point without telling a story. And that was just the opening to how much you poured in to all of us who've had an opportunity to sit and learn from you, to be on platforms literally all across the globe, to understand by the way you model the behavior in every conversation of listening with a different ear, being able to take information and extract from it what an audience needs. Not what we necessarily want to give, but what they need. And that's a learning that doesn't happen overnight. That's a learning that's not just instant. It's a process. And by investing the time and doing the work, you are able to develop, and I was able to develop many layers of how I show up in the world, how I'm able to share my voice, my platform, everything that you supported me doing, from starting the Destiny Designers University to publishing work and doing collaborations with you. All of that is a result of sowing that first seed with saying yes when you open the door and the opportunity for me to become a platinum speaker. And my life has not been the same since day one. And I'm grateful that I didn't just get connected, because I've also seen that, Les. A lot of people want to be attached to you. They think that the magic dust might fall on their head and they'll go straight to the top, but they don't stay to do the work and make sure that they receive what they need to grow to that next level. And that's the beauty of consistent, deliberate action. And I've been able to do that as a part of our community, the Platinum program, working with you directly and being able to be in this leadership role on the team as a result of doing the work. Nothing works unless you do. And I thank you for seeing that, for believing what was possible. You spoke right into my eyes and said there are going to be people, women in particular, who are going to hear you and who are going to now see examples of what's possible for them because you stood up in your own greatness. You are allowing yourself to share your story and your voice, and they might not hear my voice, but they're going to hear your voice. And that belief, that work, that consistent effort has totally impacted and changed the scope of my reach and my ability to pay it forward the same way you did it for me, for all those that I get to work with now.
Well, thank you so much. And I tell you, this year, last year I was headlining a group of speakers. It was called Get Motivated. Well, this year I'm headlining You've Got to Be Hungry. And it will be the speakers that I've trained. And it's going to be different. It's going to be music. It's people going to get value. It will not be a sales fest. It'll be people will get a chance to see some new voices, new speakers, male and female from all walks of life. That will be transformative. And you're going to be hungry, the power to tell your story and to make a difference and change the world. And so I'm excited that this will be my tour. We're going to have corporate sponsorship, and I'm excited to expose these new speakers to the planet. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there, people, they give me some good compliments, but I can tell you I've seen some speakers that I've had an opportunity to work with that have grown to levels that I'm so proud of them. There are things I'm sharing with speakers that when I started out, no one told me. No one shared with me because they saw me as competition. But I believe there's enough for everybody. Everybody. It's a billion-dollar industry. And so when we do this tour, I think we've got about 15 different cities we're going to go to, that this will expose these speakers to organizations and corporations and businesses. And if you have an interest in being a speaker or a coach, a life coach, or a trainer, I encourage you to go to Les Brown Institute. And Mike and Matt and Eric and TQ and all the people that we're working with, our goal is collectively to work to change the world. It's so, the world exists, as the lady said, as it does, not because a few people are violent. The world is the way that it is because too many people are silent. And so when we work together, we grow faster together, accelerates the learning process. And I'm so excited and looking forward to working with you. My office is in Fort Lauderdale, and I can tell you that the tour we're going to be doing is going to be unlike any you have ever seen. I've been on other people's platforms and stages, but now I've trained enough speakers. I'm going to be on my own stage, and I'm so excited. I know they're going to get the butter from the duck. We're going to have music. It's going to be dance. It's going to be a different kind of experience. And every Monday, you will find out right here the cities that we're going to be in. And I want to encourage you to come out and see the speakers. And if you would like to host one of our events, I encourage you to email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. I think that we have to create a positive movement. If you're hungry to make a difference, if you're hungry to create a new career for yourself, if you're hungry to make more money, if you're hungry to control your own personal economy, then we have a way and methods and techniques that will allow you to do that. And so I want to leave this with you. This year, in order for it to be a new year, people are saying, Happy New Year. All of us know it cannot be a new year unless there's a new you. What will be different? What are you going to do differently? What radical change are you going to make? And as Stacy said, it's a process. It does not happen overnight. I had no idea that through speaking, I could go to the seminar of the century. You can pull that up on YouTube and earn over $410,000 in an hour and a half. Oh, come on. I had no idea. I was looking to make $2,000 to $5,000 a month when I first started out in 1980. And now there's speakers coming from everywhere. You learn, you earn, you pass it on. And now it's time to pass it on. And so if you also have the ability to sell and recruit and like to be a part of our business, we're interviewing people because this is going to be incredible. We're getting calls from Australia, from Hong Kong. We're getting calls from South Africa. I mean, all over the world, people are responding. It has been phenomenal. Every city, I've been to every country, 32 countries. And everywhere that I've been, people are now saying, do you have any more? You have an energy signature. There's some people, when I speak, they're going to hear me in their mind and in their heart. But there are some people, when you speak, they're going to hear you because of your energy signature. They're going to hear you because of your voice, because of your story. They identify with you. And so that's my story, and I'm to it. I want you, if you're interested in what I've just shared, I want you to go to Les Brown. Just pull up the Les Brown Institute and see what we're providing there for you. Stacy, you got it, my love. Take care.
All right, Mr. Brown, we love you and Happy New Year.
Thank you. And I like to talk to some of the people too.
Awesome. I was just giving you took the words out of my mouth, Mr. Brown. Get out my head.
Okay.
I was going to ask you if you had a moment to talk because they've been waiting patiently. They know you've been traveling, and they want to tell you directly how much they love and appreciate you in this forum that you have made possible on our Motivational Monday Night Call. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to unmute the line, and you will be able to press star 6 so that you can give your comment and or question to Mr. Brown while he is live. So please stand by.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing star 6.
Okay,
Hello?
ladies and gentlemen, one at a time. Star 6 to unmute.
Stacy and Russ, this is Ray Broussard in Texas.
Hey,
My
Ray.
two favorite speakers.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Did you hear me, Stacy?
Yes, my sweetheart. Thank you so much, Ray.
And I'm in on everything. Even if I don't get on the internet in the next couple of days, I'm in.
You're in.
Well, thank
Okay,
you.
Ray.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna be one of your platinum speakers, Les. We met about 10 years ago in Houston at Unity Church. I was there with my daughter, remember? Well, you met 100 people. But you called me one night and you changed my life in 5 minutes on the phone.
Well, thank you so much. So I'm looking forward to working with you.
Well, I may be speaking out of a wheelchair, but
You'll still be speaking, Ray. And we appreciate you. And thank you, Ray, for always.
I love y'all so much, and thank y'all so much for these calls on Monday night. I look forward to them.
Well, thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
So much. I hear some additional callers that are standing by, some new folks. So, Ray, you stand by, okay, sweetheart, and we'll be in touch, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Les, I'm praying for you.
Okay. All right. So I see we have about 5 people waiting. So let's do one at a time.
Hi.
Oh.
Okay. So I think I hear Karen. I hear, sounds like Myron. I think I hear Raymond. So let's do it.
Yes, Roosevelt Davis from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hello there from Florida. Go right ahead. What is your comment or question for Mr. Brown?
Mr. Brown, you met me probably about a year ago, and I wrote the book, Business Hustle Owner, and I'm very interested in being one of your platinum speakers.
Excellent. Go to the website, Les Brown Institute, and check that out. I think you'll find everything you need to be a life coach or be a speaker. We have a comprehensive program that we've created. I want you to go there as soon as you hang up and check it out, okay?
Right. Thank you. You know, you gave me inspiration, gave me the motivation to do it.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. Yes. Anybody else?
Thank you. Who is next?
Hi, Dr. Stacy. This is Karen. Hi, Mr. Brown. This is an honor and privilege. I was just listening to what you were saying, and I went to your website to let you know I'm in about the 90 days, because I also listen to it all the time anyway. But the link is not working. The Les Brown 77 at gmail.com, sir.
Then go to lesbrownofficial@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But thank you so much. I just wanted to say that my what was it? Mindset maintenance. That was the one that changed my life totally. And I've been listening to you and following Dr. Stacy ever since. That was in 2014. That's when I made the change of my mindset.
Fantastic. Yeah, maintenance mindset. That's on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you. I encourage everybody to listen to that on a regular basis. It will make a difference without question. Thank you so much. Next.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Stacy.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, I hear two voices. One at a time. Myron, go ahead, and then the second person right after that.
I just want to say to you, Les, God bless you. I wish you continued optimum health and maximum wealth. You're my friend. Thank you, sir. We will meet, sir. We will meet. Thank you.
All right.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
go right.
Hi, hello?
Yes, go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Stacey Les Brown. My name is Raymond Swinton. I have a question. I wrote down everything that you said, but I have a question. You mentioned Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah.
Can you repeat what you said about Fort Lauderdale?
So my office is in the Les Brown Institute is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Didn't know that I live in Fort Lauderdale. So.
Okay. Yes. Yes. So go online. You see it. But we're in Fort Lauderdale. We're right there in the community college. Yes. But thank you so much for your call. Look forward to seeing you. Well, listen, Stacey.
Good evening.
Stacey, thank you so
Yes.
much for finding my regard. I'm excited about the possibilities, and anybody that's listening, if you're interested in becoming a life coach or trainer or speaking globally or just in the United States, go to Les Brown Institute. We've created a program from A to Z to take all the guesswork out of it so you can learn how to...
All callers are muted.
I just
Make
muted
a
the line.
difference.
Let's so everyone can hear you.
Okay, that's okay, so that people can learn how to build a business, and we have our own speakers bureaus, and I will personally train them on how to tell their story. And if you've got a story, then I'm going to show you how I use my story to make a difference in people's lives and build a multi-million-dollar corporation. There's enough for everybody. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you, Stacy, Bobasi, for being Manasi.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Love you and love you to life.
So much. I love you and I appreciate you. Take care now.
Thank you, and love you too. And Happy New Year. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night. Once again, you can go to Les Brown Institute, lesbrowninstitute.com to join the team. All the information is there. And if you wanted to send an email regarding joining the 90-day challenge and being a part of the book discussions with The Road to Your Best Self, you can also email lesbrownofficial@gmail.com. And we look forward to being a part of your journey in 2017. This is the year of the manifestation of the dream. So we're going to hold you to it because there is greatness in you. Thank you for joining us tonight, and may this be the start of your best year yet. This is Dr. Stacey Grant signing off and thanking you on behalf of Mr. Les Brown and the entire team. Bye-bye.